Welcome back to my channel. I know my background is completely different, but I was desperate for this video to come out. How are you guys doing? How was your week? How's your year been? I hope you're having a fantastic new year. I hope you're keeping those New Year's resolutions. Today's video is going to be all about budgeting and finances and managing your finances early on so that you can set yourself up for success later on in life. So as you know, this channel is all about surviving adulthood. So I try to give tips on how to survive adulthood as far as your health, your finances, your everything. So today I'm just gonna give you 10 tips that has worked for me. Hopefully it works for you as well. I'm not a financial advisor. I have about the same general knowledge that a normal person has regarding finances, but the things that I have used have helped me, and hopefully it'll be able to help you too. Number one, make a list of your monthly expenses and your monthly income. So on that list, the types of things that will go on there are your rent, your phone bill, your internet bill, your car, anything regarding your transportation, whether it's a car note, gas money, things like that. All your monthly expenses, you're gonna make a list with all of that, and then on the other side, you're gonna make a list of your monthly income. So your income could be your paycheck from your job. Maybe you have a side hustle, you do hair, you do nails, you do makeup. So in addition to your job, you're receiving another source of income. So all of that would go into the list of monthly income so that you can receive a total. Now going back to the original list that you made, to the first list that you made of your expenses, what you're going to do is you're going to categorize your expenses as A or B. A for things that happen earlier in the month, B for things that happen later in the month. So if you have to pay your rent by the 1st of the month, that would be in the A category. If your student loan is not due until the 20th, or it's not due until closest to the end of the month, that would be in your B column. And you'll have certain things that would fall in your A and your B. So for example, for me, I do groceries. I do enough groceries to last me 2 weeks. So groceries would be under A and B, because I would use some of my paycheck that I received early in the month to help pay for my groceries, and some of the paycheck of what I received the second half of the month to pay for groceries again. So just make that list of your expenses and your monthly income, and then organize your expenses into A's and B's. A's for expenses that happens earlier in the month, and B for things that happen later in the month. So number two, now that you're aware of your expenses and your monthly expenses and your monthly income, what I would say to do is to subtract your monthly income from your monthly expense, just to see how much free money that you have. Okay, and hopefully once you subtract it, there is some money left over, which is good. That means you're not working just to live, right? Just to get by. You're not making just enough to live. You're not making just enough to pay your bills, but you actually have some money that you can have some fun with. You can use to invest in yourself by taking a trip abroad, or buying a new camera for your YouTube channel, or by saving up for a car. So that free money, you can use it in so many different ways. You can invest in yourself, you can save, you can do whatever, start your own bit, do whatever it is that you want to do, but you just want to be aware of that money, because that money is what you're going to use to basically set yourself up for the future. Number three, if you have credit cards, this is your finances that we're talking about, but just be aware of your credit cards. Be aware of how many credit cards you have. Be aware of how much you owe. Be aware of the due dates. Be aware of the interest rate that you have going on. Most credit cards, unless it's a credit card from a credit union, they generally have a 0% introductory rate for about 18 months. After that 18 months is over, your interest rate goes up. or well, it goes from 0 to something. So for example, for Chase, I think I had an 18-month introductory rate, and after that it went up to 22.49%. Okay, that number, I'm making a huge emphasis on it because that number is very important. When you start off with 0% interest, if you owe a credit card, let's say $100 in January, you bought enough, you went to Sephora, you bought one thing, and it came up to $100, because that will happen at Sephora, right? So $100 just spent at Sephora. I have $50. I can pay off 50 of that 100. So I've paid off the 50 and I have a balance of 50. At 0% introductory rate, the following month I will still owe the bank $50. Okay? When it stops being an introductory rate, it goes into the next phase. And when you know, like for example with Chase, my interest rate is 22.49. When it goes to that, that means the following month I owe not only the $50, right, but 22.49% of that $50. If you're like me, I don't want to pay for things that I don't like paying for things that are intangible. Like, I need to be able to say, okay, 22.49% of $50 I use to buy cleaning products for my house. I don't mind that, but I do mind paying a bank an extra 22% just because I have a balance on my card. So my suggestion is, once just be aware of that. If you have multiple credit cards, for one card you're still at the introductory rate, then it's not so bad when you have a balance on it. Of course, still try to pay the minimum amount, but it's not too bad if you leave a balance on that. However, if you already passed the introductory rate, just make sure that if you are leaving a balance that is very low enough that 22% doesn't hurt as bad. Okay, before, I would say to have multiple debit cards. And this is just if you're not disciplined yet enough to always set enough money aside to pay your bills and have money left over for your savings, for your savings, or to buy the things that you want, then this is a great way to be responsible. So if you receive direct deposit from your job, instead of having the entire check go to one debit card, have it go to two separate cards. Have a card that's devoted to just paying off your bills, and you can save it in a secret location so you're not tempted to use it. And that card, you can save it, that card is specifically to pay all my bills, right? And then you'll have a different card that will be your money card, your fun card, your adventure card. That card, you use it when you need to buy something that you don't necessarily need. You're using it, you're swiping it, it's no issue. You know that once that card is done, you're done for that month or that 2-week period that you gave yourself until the following paycheck. You know you're done. That's it. So the danger sometimes, if you're not disciplined, if you're not responsible enough to remember this, of having all of your money go to one debit card, is that you might run into an issue where one month you wild out, you're going out like crazy, you're eating out, you're drinking, you're doing all these crazy things, and you end up spending way more than what you budgeted for, and now you can't pay for your phone bill. And now you just went out clubbing, but I mean, he can't call you because your phone is not working. Like, don't do that. So it's okay if you have to spend a little more for certain things just for value, right? But in the places where you don't have to spend extra, don't. Like, just don't. Save your money. There's so many other things that you can do with it. You can go on adventures. You can go to Thailand. You can buy a new camera. You can invest in yourself. You can start a new business. You can invest in your future. Put your money into a college savings, which later on is tax deductible, so you get to save money in the long run. So save your coins, okay? Find that free shipping coupon. If that shipping rate is too high, walk yourself to the actual store, buy it in person, do whatever is necessary. Number 6, open up a savings account. Let your money work for you. right? So whether it is that you're putting your money in a savings account and you get that little, interest that it earns at the end of the year, or by opening up an IRA or buying a stock, let your money work for you. Open up a savings account. Always think ahead. Always, as far as your money, plan ahead. Think for your future. Yeah, that would just be my advice. Just open up a savings account and have your money work for you. Don't feel the urge to spend every single cent of what you've earned. Number 7, keep track of your finances. Whether it's by creating an Excel spreadsheet and putting in all the information of how much you owe, which credit card has this amount, the things that you have to buy every day or weekly, inputting how much you spent on this, just to see what your spending habits are like. Get to know yourself, right? See how you're currently managing your finances, and then maybe get more information on how to become a better manager of your finances, right? So why do I keep saying all right? So just keep track of your finances through an Excel spreadsheet, or if you don't want to do that, you just regularly checking your bank statements, making sure that you know where your money is going to. Sometimes we set up our accounts for auto payments for certain things, and the company may have charged you extra. If you're not checking, you won't know. Somebody could have stole your card and now they're buying things with your card. If you're not checking regularly, you won't know. You won't know until you're at the store and you say to yourself, I know I have $80. I'm going to buy these shoes. And you get to the front super confident and oops, your card is declined. You haven't been checking. You did not know that, I don't know, somebody in your house done gone crazy and they started using your card. So just keep track of your finances and be aware of where your money is going to. Number 8, always think ahead to tax season. There are so many things that are tax deductible. There are so many things that can help you to save money in the long run. Think about those things. Become educated on things that are tax deductible. So from what I know if you donate things, that's tax deductible. If you are a college student and you bought books, tax deductible. When you go to the doctor, if you have to pay a co-payment, when you go pick up your prescriptions, you have to pay a co-payment. Those kinds of things, you should always think ahead and save those receipts, have those receipts mailed to you, keep it in your account for tax season for you to give your tax person, or for you to remember to put in that information so that you can save some money. Number 9, ask questions. Google. Look for resources that can help you. You don't have to go through your entire life boo-hooing or being sad about the fact that, it's stuff we didn't learn, or our parents weren't educated on finances to teach us. You don't have to go through your entire life using that as a crutch, using that as an excuse. You can, as easily as you go on YouTube or Facebook or whatever other site that you go for pleasure, you can go and research and find out what an IRA is. Find out what a 401k is. Find out how you can begin to save your money and plan for the future. All those things are available. If you need that one-on-one interaction, you can always find a financial advisor. If you don't, last but not least, number 10, just like with anything else in life, you will only see a true difference if you are being consistent. If you are consistently uploading videos on YouTube, you are more likely to become more successful at YouTube. If you are constantly exercising, you're more likely to lose weight, to tone up, to have a better body. In the same sense, if you are saving consistently, if you are aware of your spending habits and making sure you're not spending recklessly, and you're doing things consciously, consistently, you will see a difference. Your bank account will grow. You will feel more confident in yourself, and you will be a boss of your own life. And that's ultimately the goal. I think I haven't reached the end of adulthood yet, but I think one of the key things about adulting is just to master yourself. Get to know yourself. become engrossed in yourself, become engrossed in all the things that you can do to be a better person. And one of those things is to master your finances. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for stopping by and joining me, and I will see you next time on this channel on a Sunday, hopefully at 6 p.m. I'll be there, and I hope you'll be there too. Bye.